Hello, hello. Welcome to our channel where we are doing a special cover reveal for debut author Lehia DeWitt and her book Touch of Fate. So we're really excited about this. For everyone who's been begging us to publish some romance, Lehia's got you covered. So this is going to be so much fun and we're excited for you to see the cover. Are you
A lot.
excited? Are
Yes,
you excited?
yes, I love it. I love it. Since the first moment, it's like it was love at first sight. That's the only
I
thing at first sight that's gonna happen in my book because nothing is at first sight. But
know. No, it's a fantasy romance, right? As in not
yeah,
fantasy as in something we dream about, but fantasy as in magic. So
exactly.
it's quite a journey. So I like that. It gives it a little more spice, in my opinion, to have that magic in there.
That slow burning. I love it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So first, let me tell the audience a little bit about you. Lehia DeWitt is a quirky bilingual writer residing in Mexico City, an eternal romantic who's loved fairy tales and swashbuckling stories all her life. She blends both with fun language and a hefty sprinkle of romance while she's at it. Her stories are full of personality with endearing characters. You can find her short stories with Palomades. I'm going to guess it's Palomades
Yep.
Publishing, Back Channel Magazine, and Wordcrafter. When not concocting stories, she works at a global leading distributor company. Chat with her at lehiadewitt.com. So you're right there. You have your webpage. Did you have fun setting up your webpage?
Yes, I have my webpage
That's
ready to
awesome.
go, and I'll just actually upload the cover after this.
That's right. You're like, I've
Yeah,
just been waiting.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
have
yeah.
to press
Oh,
the go button.
yeah. I'm a little obsessed, a little OCD. So like, I need to do it. I
I
need
love
to.
it. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you have a free story, right?
Yes. Yes.
So how can readers get a hold of that story if they're
Okay.
interested in this world?
Yeah, you can go to lehiadewit.com and it will say free short story right away. You just give me your email and I send you a link with the code to get, well, not actually the code. You can read
It's
your
a
story right
URL.
away. Yes, the
Yep, yep.
URL, and you can just read it right away. It's a fun story about my Beeline turn reluctant anti-hero, and not precisely in this book. Uh, so it's his origins, how he came to be into existence, and I have to say that I'm very excited to show that short story to you guys.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. It kind of gives you the tone because we have two point of view characters.
Right.
But before we talk about that, what I would really be excited to do is reveal the cover. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Do we have a drum roll? I ask that every time. We're just going to have to get one. We need a drum roll. All
I
right,
thought we were
Zepho.
having that that funky music that you put.
Yes, some kind of music, right? We need something. All right. The cover. That'll work. Look at that stunning, beautiful cover. Oh my gosh. I love this color. I mean, the first thing that pops obviously are those beautiful wings, just giving that
Yes.
nice light color. And you have Fae in your story, but not all of them have wings. So this is very cool to set that out. What do you like about the cover?
Let me just, you know what? I think I'm missing placing Twitch here because I don't see it. Ah, oh, I love about the color. I love the colors. I think
Mhm.
the way that we are seeing the focus point in that power to me is it's not just wings, and I think you will know what I'm talking about. It's
Mhm.
what she has inside. That's her touch of fire. You
Mhm.
know, that's what it's really evolving and changing. So that's what I really love, and I love the contrast with the blue. And blue, it's perfect for the power. And
Mhm.
I actually the golden accent and the little
Yes.
red lips, and the contrast is just gorgeous. I just love it. What can I
It's
say?
it sets it above. It sets it
Yes,
above that
yes.
contrast. And I like the gold frame because there's very much of a fairy tale feel to this book. Like it's obviously darker than modern fairy tales, but I mean old fairy tales were very dark.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Mhm.
It's very dark. I mean, I actually grew up with those fairy tales. I love them, and I remember, the original Little Mermaid. I mean, she didn't have her happy ever after. So yeah, so I love that. I love that about it. Sorry, I'm
What
just
comes out in it? No, it's perfect. I love it. So, real quick, I'm going to read the back cover copy so that everyone gets a little feel for what it's about. Curiosity kills little seers who get too close to Bread-Eye, the eternal foe of the Fae. All look, it's Ryan or Rian?
Ryan. To me, it's always Ryan.
All right, Ryan it is.
In my head, it's Ryan.
Well, for this one, this is your character's name. You
Yeah,
get to name her, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's kind
and
of the
it's
benefit to being the author, right? Yeah.
yes, and Bradai. It's also Bradai and Ryan.
Bradai. Okay, I can do Bradai. Okay.
All right,
So,
thank you.
curiosity kills little seers who get too close to Bradai, the eternal foe of the Fae. All Ryan Kelly dreams of is a normal dating life, which is impossible when her fake gift of foresight tells her exactly how badly each romance will end. Just when Ryan decides to give up on dating, she meets a mysterious stranger who doesn't activate her seer gifts. Titus Doyle has adjusted to modern living despite the fact that he is an immortal Bradai who yearns for the good old times. He and his
Oh,
band of
yes.
mercenaries use the internet to find new clients to quench his thirst for gold. His lust to kill Faye, however, is much harder to satisfy. When Titus meets Ryan, he recognizes her as a seer and knows what she is worth. As their two lives collide, the primeval battle between Faye and Bradai's reignites. Ryan's human side sees more in Titus than the killing machine the Fae claim him to be. Meanwhile, Titus must fight his primal urges as his feelings for Ryan grow. When an ancient queen of the Fae gives Ryan a special mission, Ryan's success holds the fate of all Fae and maybe Bradai too in her hands. If she fails, not only will she lose her touch of Fae, but the land she loves will be obliterated, and so will the Fae. Ooh, those are some stakes right there for some, poor young woman to have to deal with. That's just mean.
Yes, yes. I mean, she's a young woman, and she's like living her perfect life. I mean, except for one little tiny detail. I mean, she doesn't have a baggage. She just like, she tries to balance her human and her Fae side, both. So, yeah. So until something happens, like crashes with her, and everything goes upside down. So that's fun. That's fun. I think that's what we writers love, right? Turn characters upside down. That's the fun
Well, we
part.
have to have conflict. Otherwise, what are we reading?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of conflict here. You will see there's a lot of conflict. It just doesn't end.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it ends. It just doesn't end.
It ends and it doesn't end. It just there's a new one after it ends.
That's right. Then more conflict. And then there's more, and then it escalates. So
And then
where
there's
did this
happiness.
and then there's happiness sprinkled in.
Right,
This is
exactly.
required, right? I
Yes.
mean, life's hard enough. We don't need everything to be miserable.
Absolutely. Actually, that's one of the things that I love about books. I can't be miserable reading the books. I can't be sad. I just need to have some humor. I need to have some little spice. I need to have something that, makes me happy and then makes me worry and say, oh no, what's gonna happen? But then you're fine again. It's like a roller coaster, right? And you're just in for the ride. That's what I love about books.
Yep. No, I love it. And let's face it, we don't actually have any stakes in it. So when we care about the characters, now we do. So I'm wondering, where did these characters come from for you?
It's funny because it was when I was starting writing. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just enjoying the ride.
What?
In
You were
fact,
just born knowing how to write?
that's a funny little story that I have here.
Mhm.
I actually, before that, I was writing a few months before I started writing Touch of Fate. I thought I was crazy because I have little people inside my head, and they were telling me a story, and I was like, "What's going on?" I mean, it's true. It's true. I really, really, it's true. It's like, what's happening to me? Why are these people popping into my head? Really, I was worried. I was like, why? This is not me. I'm just. But you know what? I suddenly was like, let me write them. It was just, I still remember, it was 2013, it was October, I was stressed, and suddenly there was a blank page, and bam, I couldn't stop. I was so happy that I think I wrote like 10 complete books in 3 months. I mean, Nanogrimo be damned. I was like a writing machine. Of course, you'll never see those books.
Well, that's how you learn, though. No, that's how you learn.
Yes, I was very excited.
Mhm.
But then, it was Sunday in a
Mhm.
June at 6 a.m. And Ryan and Bricius, they were very inconsiderate. They actually woke me up and they were like, we're here. You need to write us. And I had to wait until 7 a.m. because it was like, it's Sunday. Come on, I work. I have family. I have kids. Let me rest. But, there's no rest for the weekend. So at 7 a.m. I went there and I started writing. And I was so excited that I literally went into my daughter's room at 9 a.m. I still remember all those details, jumping up and down like a little kid saying, you have to hear about this book. So I read to her. She was like very, it's be Sunday. Let me sleep.
I need to
So
sleep.
yeah. So they appear like that. It was not something that triggered. They just popped into my head and I had to write their story. And suddenly, of course, because Titus is a pirate, he just barged in, right? So he barged into their lives. And one thing that I love about Ryan, I mean, she's innocent at some point, but she's not naive. I mean, she's been very protected by the Fae. So she's like I don't want to say pure, but she's like a person that, not a complicated person.
Mhm.
And, suddenly she finds all of this world. And that's how I started to roll. I started writing on Sunday, and by Friday it was finished. I mean, and when I say it was
What?
finished, yes, 50,000 words again, nanogramo. Woohoo! I got you. But it was not this version, of course. I have like a gazillion versions of Touch of Fight
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
one of the things that I love writing and I love editing. And every time I read my stories, I kind of, pull something more and more and more, and I change them. And I did a lot of things because this story grew up with me.
Mhm.
I was also a little bit inspired because my kids, they were watching Once Upon a Time, season 2, where there was Hook, you know,
Mm.
and my daughter had a crush on Hook, and I
Oh
was
yeah, he
like,
was my favorite. She's right. She's
yeah,
smart.
oh my God, he was amazing. I
Yes,
love
he
Colin
was.
Donahue. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put titles after him. And by the way, when she asked me, my daughter asked me,
Uh-huh.
what are you going to name the pirate? I just thought about like a couple of seconds and say Titus. And she said, why Titus? I don't know. I just like Titus. He has a reason though. He has a reason. He has
He
a reason
does.
why.
He has a real reason.
Yes, he has
So
a
that's
reason. So
that's that's clever.
yeah,
Mhm.
so that's and it's Touch of Fight for me. It's like a mishmash of what I love in stories. I mean, I love fantasy, but I love being contemporary fantasy. I love being in the real world with real characters that I struggle. I'm not saying that fantasy they are not real. It's just that to me, I love that, and and having like going to magical lands, having a little bit of magic, or and clash your normal ordinary life with things out of the ordinary. I love it. And I have
Mhm.
this swashbuckling love for since I was a little kid.
Mhm.
There was this author that's called Emilio Salgari. He was like the ultimate writer for pirates. So I fell in love with pirates back then. The corsairs, actually. I can't remember that's how you pronounce it correctly, but yes,
Mhm.
I loved it. And I could tell more, but we don't have the time. Remember what I said. You have to leash me, otherwise I'm going to tell you a 20 minutes backstory of why I love pirates and,
Well, we
and
could
fairy
all talk about
tales.
that for a while. Can't we just say Johnny Depp and sum it up? Okay. The
That this
the
was
entire
before Johnny Depp. It was way before. My
it
love
was
was
still
it was
okay.
before, and I love
Um
Johnny Depp.
yes, yes, he's the ultimate pirate for me. All the good and all the bad.
You didn't
The
know
reason why we
Sandokan.
fantasize about pirates, but I would not actually ever want to be with pirates. They're fun to fantasize about, but no, no thanks.
Stinky. They're
Yeah.
stinky. They didn't
Everything
wash it
about them
like
is not
ew.
okay for me. Yeah, no. That whole free thinking thing is too much for me too. I'm like, dude, I need a schedule. Um, but I will say that Wolf Lady says that you are a master storyteller.
Oh, thank
Um,
you. She's amazing. I mean, she's like she and Jesse. They're people think maybe they have this Hollywood idea, the writer, you know,
mhm.
typing away in a wood cabin, by themselves. Oh my God, that's as it can be. You're actually, sitting in a living room, with your kids, family, your cat who demands to open the door because like they need to do that, and of course you need to, you need to take care of your pets too. So so yeah, it doesn't have to be a lonely pet.
Nope,
And
nope.
Tracy
You've got
and
some
yes,
great people behind you, and like
I can hear
Glodia.
you. Huh?
Can you not hear
I
me?
can hear you.
I don't know why you can't hear me. What changed? Can y'all hear me in the audience?
Something's wrong. I can't hear you. Hello.
Hello, I am still
Oh,
here.
oh, there you go. There you go. I don't know if it was me or what happened, but I suddenly lost you. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, Wolf Lady could hear us, so it was something funny. That's all right. It's all good. It's if nothing goes wrong, no one's going to know we're live. This is proof. If anyone's wondering, we actually do record this live. You can see it now. And let's see. Glodia says that you are a genius. A genius, this woman.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yes, you're having fun. And just so y'all know, the link for the pre-order is in there right now in the chat, so you can pre-order that now. So when it comes out March, I want to say it's 21st. Right? Oh, yes, see?
So, yeah.
March 21st, when it comes out, it will just appear in your Kindle and you'll be good to go. But so that will be exciting. But I know you have a sample to read for us today. Can you give us a little, so we know a little bit about Ryan now, and another character in there is Briseus. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yes, Briseus is a pixie. He is Ryan's guardian. He might be very small. He's only 7 inches tall. Nobody can see him but her. At least not when she's the human land. He's overprotective. He believes there's danger everywhere, so he's like a little paranoid. And even though, I mean, she loves him to death, but sometimes because he never leaves her side because she can be in danger. So he has to be with her all the time. I mean, I could tell you stories about when her first boyfriend tried to kiss her, and Briseus was swimming around saying, "Yuck, yuck," because they can hear him as well. So it's like, is that kissing?
So, don't do that, ew.
Yeah, don't do that, ew, that kiss. So it's been, but yeah, I mean,
that can be a little distracting.
A little bit. So yeah, it was not very good for her. I was like, get away, Mom, get away. So yes, and he's the one who's in charge of if something goes wrong, they have to go to the big boss, the big Faete boss actually, because she's a protege of the Faete. So, but she doesn't really know what at this moment. She's like happy living her life, except for not being able to date correctly because of her. She's a seer, so she has every time she touches someone's hands, especially someone she likes, she has a vision of how the romance is gonna end and who's that person gonna end with. So that's a really
and it hasn't been her yet, so it's very frustrating.
Yes. Imagine a 20-year-old something, trying to date and having that's like, no, why? So yeah, so that's pretty much it. She's a nurse. She's also a nurse. She likes that because Briseus doesn't like blood, so she can get away from the bug. She calls him bug, and that's another story. Maybe a future story for later.
I mean, he's a bug. That totally works for me. I would call him bug too. It works.
Yeah, he bugs a little bit, but he's also a deer. He's also a deer. He loves her and he's very protective and he understands her better than any Faete because the Faete really, it's very hard for them to understand humans. But since
he spent more time on Earth. Yeah.
Yes. So he understands it more. So he's her friend. He's her friend, her best friend.
I love it. All right. So, well, we're ready to hear your wonderful, wise words.
Thank you. So, okay, perfect. So I'm going to start actually with the last line of this scene.
Okay.
Okay, so here it goes. Hello, gorgeous. Kiss me if I'm wrong, but I think we've met before, haven't we? Wait a minute. This guy acted like a jerk back at the restaurant when I was at my best. And now that I'm in scrubs, he calls me gorgeous? I don't think so. Yep. Oh. Oh, I am terrible, because I always, talk with my hands. So, yeah. While he's fixing that, and maybe I have to explain these first lines from Titus. So they bumped into a cafe. Yes, they bumped into a cafe, and they already met. So this is like the second time they met. Perfect. So, hello, gorgeous. Kiss me if I'm wrong, but I think we've met before, haven't we? Wait a minute. This guy acted like a jerk back at the restaurant when I was at my best. And now that I'm in scrubs, he calls me gorgeous? I don't think so. My self-esteem was more than fine, thank you very much, but I didn't fool myself. Precious hovered behind the jerk and pointed at the exit with his exaggerated movements. It would be a matter of seconds before the pixie jabbed him. Few people loitered in the cafe. A man reading his tablet sat at one of the tables, and a couple laughed while waiting for the coffee. Mine was hot in my hand, and I took a careful sip while trying not to gawk at him. The 30-something hottie had the most amazing teal eyes I'd ever seen, complementing his raven black hair beautifully. Damn, not just his eyes, but he was tall, perfectly built, and devilishly handsome. Aquiline nose and lips that should be banned, surrounded by a scruffy beard. His hair was short yet wavy enough to bury my hands in. Hell yeah. A designer leather jacket over a white shirt matched his black pants and leather boots, which reached the knee. I'm not sure, have we? I said in response to his outrageous pickup line. You could play this game. I swear I've seen you before, he said, taking his coffee from the barista. His voice was rich and velvety. Perhaps if I introduce myself, you might remember me. He offered his hand. Titles Doyle. He got me there. I should shrug and go, but I couldn't be that rude. So, one handshake, Ryan style, coming right up. Just a touch. Retrieving my hand before a vision struck. He smiled crookedly, apparently not minding my horrible, not really a handshake. Ryan Kelly, I said. I know, I never heard your name before. Who named their kid Titus? Was he European? He had a weird accent I couldn't place. He lifted a finger as in thought. You're the woman from the restaurant yesterday. I knew I'd seen you before. Oh? I played with my ponytail. I was the jerk, remember? First, that didn't go so badly. I apologize. I was in a bad mood, but that's not an excuse. He beamed. I hope I'm not too forward. I don't usually approach a beautiful woman like this. Yet I would like to make amends. Allow me to treat you to lunch. Sorry, my lunchtime's almost over and I need to get back to work. And I was wearing scrubs. I mean, come on. Bricius, still not jabbing Titus but flying out of his sight, pointed at Titus' left ear, adorned with a single golden earring, then signaled at the exit door. What's up with the bug? Earring and a door? I suck at charades and he should know that. How about dinner? Titus sipped his coffee, waiting for my answer. He was the kind of man I had no idea what to talk about or how we could relate. But this was a golden opportunity to prove to Bricius how paranoid he could be. Let's do breakfast tomorrow instead. I have a late shift, so 9 works for me. Excellent. My place is nearby. Unless you want to go to yours? I scoffed. Yeah, no. Just thought, let's do both. You go to yours, I'll go to mine. I swerved around him, but he intercepted me before I reached the door. Let me apologize. I didn't express myself correctly. I meant there are several excellent restaurants near my place. Fantastic view. I was about to give him another piece of my mind, but Bricius was frowning. Sure, why not? We can meet in front of my building and you can decide which of the restaurants you fancy. He pulled a card printed with his name in elegant black lettering. Still smiling, he took a pen from within his jacket, scribbled his address on the back, then handed it to me. Hello, cell phone? Sure, that sounds like fun. Bricius beamed, hanging himself, tongue lolling. I pressed my lips together. Excellent. See you tomorrow. Titus lifted his cup of java in farewell. Bricius vanished in the drop of a gnome's hat. Wait, did I agree to yet another first date? I mean, really? Wait. Breakfast doesn't count as a real dating, does it? Nah, I'm good. After making sure Titus was out of sight, I walked out of the cafe and found Bricius behind a trash can. Buck, what the heck were you gesturing about in there? You shouldn't have talked to the pirate. No. What are you talking about? The boots. Boots that any seafarer pirate will wear. Oh, Buck, no, that wasn't a pirate. Not minding him, I headed back to the nursing home, enjoying the warmth the beverage provided to my hands. Cold wind picked up and sunshine filtered through the buildings. Didn't you see his earring? Yep. What about it? He has a golden earring. Pirate. Yeah, earrings are so dangerous. Look! I pointed discreetly at a tattooed teen with several earrings in one ear who strolled by, and I slapped my cheek. Save me, Buck! Another pirate! I snorted and took another sip of my coffee. Bricius pouted, arms dangling at his sides as he hovered mere inches from my face. He was targeting you, he said. Danger. Sure. Because middle-class nursing homes are centrally their focus of attention. Why rob banks or kidnap wealthy people if they can nab penniless women in scrubs?
And Karen Koenig came in and she says that she loves the cover and she's looking forward to reading the story.
Oh, thank you,
Congratulations,
Karen. Thank
Lehia.
you, Karen.
Says
Thank
they're
you, my
very
friend.
proud of you. Yep,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
That's a
So
friend
that's
of mine.
fun. I love it. I love it. No, this is very exciting. So that was a really fun part. I love it because you get more of that relationship
Right.
between Ryan and Briseus. So
Right.
I really like that.
Which is
Mhm.
a very fun relationship. I really love their banter, going back and forth, and how he's a little bit paranoid, sometimes with reason, sometimes without. So yeah, it's fun.
He's the very definition of, the boy who cried wolf because he's
Yes,
always crying pirate. So you never know when it's an actual pirate.
yes, exactly, exactly. Yes, he's always doing that. And the fun thing is that he needs to call the big boss, because Peter, his name is not really Peter, but you know why they call him Peter. And he always calls Peter, and Peter gets very angry every time he comes. He's one of the five, without any reason, just because Brasius keeps thinking even the actors on the screen are pirates, real pirates. Yeah.
You've seen this movie before, Bug. Yeah, no, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Who do you think would love this book? What kind of reader?
Readers who love adventure,
Hmm?
that they, because this story doesn't only get is happens in just one place. They actually move to the between the modern world and the magic lands, well, the fire lands, and also maybe in a pirate ship of your maybe. So yes, so everybody who loves adventure, that loves contemporary fantasy, urban fantasy, that loves a good romance without being, the main focus of adaptation, because that's the idea. This book tries to balance both the fantasy and the romance in a way that they don't overpower each other. So and they're also a good characterization arc. I love it because both, if you like your characters to grow and not to be just in the same place, you're gonna love this book. But they are going to change throughout the trilogy. So they start realizing, and it's not instantly. They take it. It's something that it's there's nothing insta here. There's no insta love. She doesn't have like insta powers. They have to earn it. So that's,
Mm-hmm.
if you like those kind of things, going into the path with those characters, and get lost in a book, this is going to be for you.
This is the one. I love it. I love it. All right. Well,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
Welcome to the Cursed Dragon Ship crew. We're so glad that you are here.
I'm so excited to be part of them. Go
It's so
crew.
much fun. Go crew. We'll have a mini, reunion at Superstars Writing Seminar
Oh
in
yes,
February. So
yes.
that'll
I,
be
I,
fun.
I
Yep.
just can't wait to do that,
Yep.
and
Yep.
be with all the crew. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
looking forward
It'll
to
be awesome.
Superstars.
It'll be great. All right. Thank you, everyone. And if you would like to order your copy now, the link is in the chat. And Zafo can actually, there it is. So the link is in the chat again. So please feel free to order it now. And then we will see you back in March when we have the big launch. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being here.